All right, I get some questions a lot about home ownership versus investing in the stock market. Now, I am by no means saying that investing in the stock market is not important. But what I do believe is it should happen in stages. I don't believe that you should be maxing out your retirement accounts before you either pay down debt or own your first home. And I'm going to show you why. Owning your first home is really the platform into building financial security and financial wealth. Let me share with you. Okay, we're going to talk about something called in investing called a cash-on-cash return and the power of real estate versus the power of investing in stocks. Let's say you have $50,000. It's hard to see blue, but $50,000 to either buy a home or invest in the stock market. So you put $50,000 into Apple stock. Okay. Now the stock market generally returns higher returns in yields than owning a home. But let's just say that appreciation is 8%, right? 8% on your house going up in value, 8% in the stock market. We could even use 10% for the stock market. So let's take that $50,000, you put 10% down on a $500,000 home. We'll just use 10% to make it easy, okay? A 10% increase in value on a $500,000 home would be $50,000 in increased equity. So your home is now worth $550,000. A 10% increase on a $50,000 investment would be $5,000, right? So compound interest says that would be $55,000. When you own a home, you have a $50,000 increase in value. Year two, we're talking about 10% return on $550,000. This is where compound interest becomes really powerful. 10% return on $550,000 would be, help me out here, let's just say it's $55,000 again, right? So now your home is worth $600,000+, and on your stock market account, if you had a 10% return, we're talking about $5,500, right? Now you have, let's call it $60,500. Here you're at $600,000 plus 10% again. We're looking at, excuse me, $60,000, right? 10% again here off of $60,500. You're at $6,500 and so on and so on. Now, you do have a loan here, right? That is also accumulating interest. The point I'm trying to make here, which is really, really important, is something called your cash-on-cash return. So if you put $50,000 into real estate and you put $50,000 into the stock market, your cash invested is only that $50,000. The beautiful thing about real estate is your cash-on-cash return is actually being factored off of an asset value that is substantially higher than your actual cash invested in the deal, right? In the stock market, you can't do that. There is things called margin investing where you can borrow money and stuff like that, but most people will never do that, right? In the stock market, unless you're getting extensive yields, 50%, 100%, which is totally possible, but not realistic. Your cash on cash return is typically only factored based on the cash that you have. This is why I always advise people, buy your first home. The power of compounding and the power of increasing equity is absolutely incredible when you jump in.